Hello, everybody, and welcome to my informative speech. My name is Ashley Brooks, and here is my audience. How many people woke up this morning craving pancakes with syrup or sausage and bacon? How many people read the back of their syrup bottle to see what ingredients were in it? How many people considered what the pig was fed before being slaughtered for breakfast meat? Did you know that most animals raised for consumption are fed a diet of genetically modified corn or soy? There is hardly any trace of actual food in their diet. A box of Bisquick pancakes contains enriched flour, bleached wheat flour, niacin, iron, thiamine monotrate, riboflavin, folic acid, partially hydrogenated soybean, and corn seed oil, baking soda, sodium aluminum phosphate, monocalcium phosphate, dextrose, and salt. And let me save you the trouble of reading the back of an Aunt Jemima syrup bottle. It's basically just a list of crazy words such as cellulose gum, caramel color, sodium benzoate, sorbic acid, and sodium hexametaphosphate. How many of those words do you recognize? Do you know what they are? Because most of us don't. So why is it that it's on our breakfast plate? Sodium benzoate is a preservative used in fireworks. Sorbic acid can be used as an additive for cold rubber and as an intermediate in the manufacture of some lubricants. Cellulose gum is found in laundry detergent and the gel in ice packs. All of these seemingly harmless breakfast foods are loaded with genetically modified organisms, and every time we make the choice to purchase these items at our local grocery store, we are essentially consuming poison. So how appetizing does your breakfast seem now? A genetically modified organism, also known as a GMO, are organisms whose genetic material has been artificially manipulated in a laboratory through genetic engineering. GMOs were approved by the FDA in 1994. The first of the bioengineered food was the Flavor Saver tomato, which was genetically altered to have a longer shelf life. This relatively new science creates unstable combinations of plants and bacteria that do not occur in nature. The monster company responsible for the GMO seed, also known as Roundup Ready seeds, which are seeds that have had their DNA altered to allow them to withstand the herbicide glyphosate, which is the active ingredient in Monsanto's herbicide Roundup. They are also known as glyphosate-tolerant soybeans. Thousands of Americans every day are unknowingly buying foods that have been banned in 26 other countries. Those countries include Switzerland, Australia, Austria, China, India, France, Germany, and Russia. So why hasn't the US banned these food products? Well, the government approved GMOs based on studies that were conducted by the same corporations that created these items and profit from their sale. But what exactly is the health effect of consuming these genetically modified organisms? The most glaring repercussion for our dietary habits is the numerous diseases plaguing our society. The leading cause of death is heart disease. It kills 611,000 Americans a year. Diabetes takes the lives of 75,578 Americans a year. 5.9 million children aged 3 to 17 are diagnosed with ADHD, and 69% of adults aged 20 and over are considered overweight or obese. All of this is directly related to the food that we put in our bodies. According to a report by Andres Caruso, head of the Molecular Embryology Lab at the University of Buenos Aires, one of the primary active ingredients in the herbicide Roundup, which is directly sprayed onto the crops that we consume, has a direct connection to birth defects. The Monsanto company, which is considered the giant of GMOs, engineered Roundup Ready crops. They are routinely treated with the herbicide glyphosate. It is responsible for causing birth defects, infertility, sperm destruction, and cancer. A study that linked GMOs and Roundup to cancer was first published in 2012. The controversial study reported that rats were more likely to develop tumors and die after eating a diet consisting of Monsanto's GM corn. GMOs have never actually been tested for the safety of human consumption. We are the test, and we are the science experiment. Many of us have just given into that. So how do we stop GMOs and monster companies like Monsanto? There are several ways that we as a nation can cut down on GMO consumption. The first and easiest would be to avoid eating processed food, buy local, and buy organic. Most GMOs will be found in processed food containing corn and soy. We need to demand the labeling of genetically modified products and demand that schools stop feeding our kids GMO foods. Small steps like replacing your Bisquick pancakes and syrup with a whole grain roll and natural peanut butter, and taking out the bacon and sausage and replacing that with fresh and organic food. It's the smallest of changes that will make the biggest difference in our lives. Thank you for listening.